Alright, so in the last video we left off on the print statements here. So print hello world. If we were to run the script, it says hello world. So you should understand the print statement pretty well because it's a simple concept. But now we're going to learn how to do variables. Now variables, to keep simple, are just something that holds or is... Now, I like to think of it as a storage unit, but that's really not the right term to use. It's probably just something that stores another value, number, letters, string, whatever. It stores something else. So let's say that we had something like, let's just say cool is equal to 1. So now this equal sign is kind of what defines the variable. So now it says cool is equal to 1. So to print a variable, you just put cool. So previously this would be a string, or this would be a string. But we don't want a string, seeing as we're not trying to print out what we're saying. So let's say if we were to print this now, it would say print 1. But if we were to print this with a string around it, and we were to put cool, which is the same variable name, it would print cool. Which is pretty simple stuff. If you don't understand that, you can put some more comments down below. Now, when it comes to variables, they're pretty easy. You can print cool, but if you have something that's undefined, like cool2, it's going to say cool2 is not defined. And variables cannot start with a letter. They can have letters inside of them, though. It just has the first character has to start with a letter. It cannot start with a number at all. So, you're probably like, how do I put a string in this? Because what if I want cool to say, with a cool K now, so I want it to say cool like this. If we were to run this, it would say cool is not defined because it's looking for another variable. Because then it would say that cool, we'd have to do this, but this is a little more advanced, but then it's looking for cool. So if we were at a cool equals to 1, now it's going to say that this cool is equal to this cool, which means that this is equal to 1. So let me explain this in words. You're probably going to use this a lot, but you don't really need to learn it now. So if this flies over your head, that's fine. So cool is equal to 1. We know that. So now whenever cool is said, it's just 1. So now this cool, or we can call this, we'll call this pool, and call this pool. I'm going to make this 8. Alright, so now pool is equal to 8. So whenever pool is called, it's going to say 8. But cool is now equal to pool, which is basically saying that whatever cool was, it doesn't matter. Whatever cool was, just get it out of your, just get it out. And now equal cool to pool. So now cool is now pool. So if we were to print cool and pool, you would see no difference. They're both 8. Because cool is basically, you can just call this pool at this point. It's literally just pool. Because you just changed whatever cool was previously equal to. But for variable calling like that, that's pretty simple. And now on to what I was doing previously, which was making it so you can put a string in a variable. So to make a string out of a variable, let's put hi. And that hi is equal to by. If we were to put this, like I said, it calls a variable. So how do you make it call a string or a letter of text? Like I said, a string is either these characters or these. But like I said, I like to do this. And now inside of the variable, you want to put 2 commas or whatever they're called, quotes. And then put, sorry, voice cracks are really going high now. You want to put whatever you want string to say, so we can put by. Now if we print hi, it will say by. You can put numbers in here. But what happens if you put numbers outside of it? It tries to notice if it's like an outside parameter or something like that. But you don't really have to worry about that because it's more advanced too. You don't really need it, and I don't think anyone even uses it. I don't even use it, so I'm not going to explain it. So you can see that it says this. And once again, new lines work with this too. Everything that applied in print applies here as well. So now you can make hi, bye, and stuff like that. That's variables. Variables can hold numbers and everything. So hi. Oh wait, hi. Oh, reassigning. Oh, I can teach this. All right, so there's a thing called reassigning, which just reassigns the values. So let's say if we print hi as well here. So it says that hi is equal to bye here. It's going to say hi 1. Bye 1, sorry. Because what it does is it just reassigns these variables. So it says hi is equal to bye, so it prints hi. And hi right now is equal to bye. So hi currently is equal to bye. But then it gets reassigned to have the value of 1, which then when we print it, it just says, oh, its hi is 1. It does not look at the previous line. Now, if you don't already know, object-oriented programming languages and all programming languages start from top to bottom. And that's about it. If you need more explanation, put it down in the comments. And that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow, probably.